Hello everybody, welcome to my first review. Today we'll be testing the Comodo Internet Security Pro 2012. It's the latest version available. As you can see, it's fully up to date. There you go, the device signature database is up to date. So let's see what they've got new over here. Previous version was very much alike, just the skins changed a bit. The program's still very much the same. You can see the basic settings, and yeah, they've added few settings over here in behavior blocker. You can click on this do not show pop-up alerts, so it won't bother you with the pop-ups, and the basic program is still very much the same. So they have also added a setting in Defense Plus not to show pop-ups, but I won't be using that. So everything is in stock settings just as it comes. So this is a paid product. As you can see, it's activated. There you go. So let's get started. Here I've got a list of malicious websites. Most of them are less than 24 hours old, so this should give Comodo a fair test. Let's get started. There you go. The signatures got that one, I guess. Yeah, it's listed in their database. Some of these links are, I think, about 16 to 20 hours old, so might be in their databases. If Comodo gets all of them, I think we'll have to get a few more links to give it a fair test. Doesn't look like this one's working. Okay. So this one got through the antivirus, but as you know, Comodo's got a sandbox and it's isolated the application. What differentiates Comodo from the other applications is basically, I think, the Defense Plus. That adds an additional layer of protection. Works well. Just as you saw, that one they didn't have signatures for it, but the Defense Plus sandboxed that, and thus it couldn't do much damage to the system. Looks like that one isn't working anymore. That one's dead. I think these are just malicious websites. I don't think they actually have the files, but I think the web blocker should block them. I think we might need some more links because many of them are not working. Let's try all of them and then we can get some more links. There you go. A lot of them are not working anymore, but I think there are still links within these sites that can lead you to virus downloads. This one's dead. Oops, I typed that one wrong. No, it's not working anymore. So far, just I think one application was missed by the antivirus. I think the total we have tested is 2. Okay, finally. Okay, let's try to run this file. There you go, they've got signatures. Okay, and I think some of it did get short, or they deleted it before it could. So that's good. Okay, so that one works. Okay, it was unrecognized file and sandboxed as partial limited. That's the good thing about Comodo. Even if they do not have the right signatures, they still got this defense plus that can really help protect your computer against unknown threats like this one. Okay, so the last few worked, so we might not need more links. Okay, that one was also sandboxed. Okay, there we go. Okay, that was also sandboxed, I guess. And here we go, the first firewall alert. Comodo has a pretty good firewall. So it says that this file, whatever it is trying to access the internet. And probably because I don't recognize this file, I'm going to block it. Okay, so that's it. Looks like this one doesn't work anymore either. So we'll call this test done. Now Comodo isn't telling me to do anything, although it says that 8 unrecognized files are being treated as partial limited and 1 application is running still in the sandbox. So what we're gonna do is we're going to terminate this application that's currently running in memory, and there you go. I don't think anything is running in memory right now, so there you go. I don't see anything that's obvious. Maybe this one might be something not very obvious, nothing much. So what we're going to do is now I'm gonna pause the video and I'll be back with a scan from Hitman Pro. Now I won't be doing a full system scan with Comodo because I know most of the users, they won't even know that there are threats in the computer, so I don't think they'll be doing an immediate scan. Let's just see how many it blocked and what we get from Hitman Pro. So see you when that's done. Here we go. So we're going to do a scan with Hitman Pro. Now as I said, I didn't do a full scan with Comodo because probably it should have got the viruses when they first ran the processes. I mean, I don't think it'll be able to get anything now. And even if it did, I mean, many users won't be doing the full scan because they won't even know that their computer is infected. So we'll not be very hard on the verdict of what Hitman Pro comes up with. So I think it's fair enough not to do a full scan. So I'll be back with the results from Hitman Pro. Okay, so there we go. That's the result from Hitman Pro. It found these 4 things. This one was got by the signatures, and these 3 were probably uploaded to the cloud and then came up as all malware, and this one's Trojan. Most of them In fact, all of them are located in temporary internet files, so would probably have been deleted if I use cleaner or something like that, so nothing serious. Still, they did manage to get through Comodo and run, so certainly not the best protection you could get, but yeah, it mostly did its job, although they were able to drop some files in the temporary internet files. And from what I know, I think even if an application is sandboxed with Comodo, it can still drop files, but access to those files is denied. So still it fairly protects the system, but in coming versions I'd like to see that sandboxed processes are not allowed to drop files, because if, let's say, a legitimate application is sandboxed, I mean, there's no point if if the files dropped cannot be used. So I think it's fair enough to block them. I mean, delete them. But that's for Comodo to think about. I think in our test it did pretty well. So we'll remove these files from temporary internet. Okay, there we go. So I'll be back with a scan from Malwarebytes just to make sure everything's done with. Okay, so we're going to start a scan with Malwarebytes. Another thing about Comodo is that the files that we found with Hitman Pro were probably just blocked. I mean, they couldn't run on the system, so it did a pretty good job. And what you're seeing right now, it's not a virtual machine, it's a real computer, so I'm not doing a very intensive test with Comodo. In my coming reviews, when I'll be running on a virtual machine, I think I'll be testing this software again. Let's see what changes they've got. Basically, they've changed the interface. We've got some tools you can see in the active process. Kill them if you want. And there you go, you can change some of the settings, like if you don't like alerts, if you enable this one, it won't give you any alerts, but I don't think that's useful. Now this is the Defense Plus. Here's the option to block any alerts. Execution control detects shellcode injections, and this is the sandbox. So mostly all of settings come on, so it gives you a pretty good level of protection. Now if you want more protection, you can always go to the configuration and set it to proactive security, but you left it just like that. So I'll be back with the results from Malwarebytes. Welcome back, everyone. Malwarebytes just finished scanning, and as you can see, it didn't find anything, so that's good. There you go, it found nothing. So I guess Comodo did a pretty decent job, although it missed a few samples, but still they're sandboxed and they couldn't do much. As you can see, there's nothing running in the system even before Hitman Pro cleaned them. So I guess Comodo is improving as always, and I'd give it maybe a 9 out of 10, because it's a pretty strong security suite and it does a pretty good job. Now let's check out the memory usage of Comodo. There we go, that's 1. It's using around 8, but I've seen it fall to something much less. Now it runs 2 processes. This is just Geek Buddy, it's not antivirus. Now there you go, that's using around 9 and 8, so we've got a total of around 18 megs, let's say. So it's not big, it's definitely great. I'm not experiencing any slowdown, so pretty good, and there you go, it's fallen to about nothing. So now it's using around 10 megs, which is fantastic for total security speed. So there you go, even look at that, this one's fallen to around 1. So now it's only using about 3 megs and providing a pretty good protection. So I mean, it's one of the fastest suites and one of the strongest too. Of course it gives a lot of false positives, but I'd still give it a 9 out of 10. Very good job by Comodo. So good day everyone, hope you enjoyed the review. Up next I think I'll be testing Panda Cloud Security with the same links we've got here, so you'll be able to compare the performance. So see everybody later. Good day.